Hello everyone, welcome back to Redesign with Prima YouTube channel. My name is Jo and I'm a brand ambassador for Redesign with Prima. In today's video, I am going to show you a makeover of
gorgeous dresser. I picked it up locally here from somebody who was selling a pair of these dressers. So we'll be working on one of these today. You can see the condition of this from the outside and inside is just perfect and beautiful. It has 4 deep drawers, so it's a perfect size for any bedroom, a nursery, or office. This is how the inside of the drawers are built. And they look like they're very neat and clean, and this is the brand that constructed this dresser. I tried selling it as is. It has been sitting for a couple of months, and so today we are going to paint it and redesign with Prima products. So let's begin with the prep. First step, removing the hardware. So we will do that. I'm going to be using this hardware later on, so I'm just going to keep it inside and move on to the next step, which is very important for me, which is sanding. So I'm using a sanding block from dollar store. It is a 220 grit sanding block, and I'm going to sand down the entire dresser from the front, top, and the sides to decrease them and remove the original top coat sealant that was originally there. By removing this, it just helps the paint to adhere and give it a nice rough surface so that the paint wouldn't peel later on. So my sanding is completed. Now I am going to wipe down with the baby wipes. That's what I typically use to clean down my furniture pieces. They're alcohol free, they are without any chemicals, so just wiping it down with the baby wipes to free the dresser of any dust or residue. So this is what it looks like after cleaning. So we are ready to clean from the inside, which is important because all the prep work has to be done before we go ahead and paint this piece. So dusting off the inside of the dresser by removing the drawers, and then also cleaning the drawers from inside. So this is ready, and let's begin to paint. So for this piece, I picked Fusion Elmwood and Ash. I will be mixing these two paints layer by layer. So I'm going to first do the base coat here. So base coat, basically you can do with any color, any dark color that you have. So I am doing it with a deeper gray color. That's the base. To cover the dark wood that's originally there. Now I'm painting it in elmwood and ash, which I'm blending it as I go, and they're wet because I don't want a very dark black color like the ash color, and I don't want it to be brown. So I am going to be mixing them together using black at some parts more, and at some parts I will be blending it with a little bit of elmwood and then spraying water and just blend them. And for painting, I'm using a single brush and blending it with that. So here is how the finished blended look with elmwood and ash looks like. It is a mix of both and very organic blending. Now I'll let it to dry, and then we will begin with the transfer. So it has dried completely. You can see it in natural light. This is how the color looks like, and this is a gorgeous transfer. This is a new transfer from Redesign with Prima. It has beautiful florals and blues and greens with birds there, and I chose that background so that this transfer can pop nicely on this background. So I'm using the bottom, like the first sheet. So this transfer has 4 sheets in total. So this is my first sheet. I cut it down into halves, and then I'm putting on the bottom drawer and the second drawer from the bottom. So this is my one sheet that's covering 2 drawers on the left side. and this is how it looks like on this base. It's beautiful, right? So just I'm going to press it down to make sure it's secure on the paint, and this is my bottom sheet that I've applied on the bottom drawer. So we have the one sheet here on the left side. Now this is my second sheet. Again, I'm going to cut it down into half and apply the half of the second sheet on the third drawer. So I will not be putting the transfer on the top drawer because I plan to do something else. But this is the half of the second sheet that is going onto the third drawer. So here we are. This is how it looks so far. I started on the right hand side with the other sheets and just moving my way upward. So I've covered the three drawers in one transfer. So two sheets on the bottom and one sheet on the top, so half of each sheet is left here. I'm going to cut out individual pieces on these two cuttings, and then I am going to randomly apply it in the centers to fill that empty space to cover up the entire three drawers. So we are done, and you can see the three drawers are full. They look pretty, and now we are working on the first drawer. This is the Decor Poly that I'm going to be putting there. You can see it's a beautiful intricate design. They can be molded and given any shape on the surface you like, and this is the back of the poly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint it in the same colors as the dresser, and I will be blending the poly with the paint. So once we finish the painting, what are we going to do is we're going to glue it and do some gold wax. So poly is dried, and I'm putting Gorilla Wood glue on the back of this poly. So covering the back entirely, you can see with the Gorilla Wood glue, and I'm going to put it in the center of this dresser, hold it for a few minutes so that it's secure there, and then we are going to add some details with this Eternal Gold Wax. It's the oil-based gold wax from Redesign with Prima, and I'm using the Redesign with Prima small brush to highlight all the beautiful, gorgeous, intricate details on this poly, and the poly with the wax matches the hardware, the original hardware of this dresser. So I'm going to put it on that, and this is how the final look of the dresser is. The poly and the hardware just are a match made in heaven. They look perfect, right? And I sealed it in Fusion Mineral Paint top coat in matte. I hope you enjoyed the video.